Hello and welcome to episode 339. We're going to make a rotating room. Okay, bit of a different start today. I'm not in the lab. I'm here in my test world because I've already built it. So what happens is we come into the room and oh no, the door is suddenly shut and I can't get out. But there is a door up there. Is there anything else? There's only a button. Okay, let's try the button. We can turn the room around. Or we can rotate the room. It's not a turning around room, it's a rotating room. And now I can go out the red door. Out I go. There we go. And I can come back in. And we can rotate the room again. Which is, I think, is pretty cool. Okay, so this is just a test idea. There's a few things that need, I think, tweaking. The room could look a bit better, but it's hard to make the room better, and I'll show you why. I'll show you the commands. I've already made the commands for this one, so we'll just go through them together. So what's happening? We have two lines, 1 and 2. Here is our setup. We're just making a timer, which is a dummy, and this one here is just removing that timer. Okay, so we've got two rooms. We've got the room we start in, and we've got the room we end in, the upside down room, if you will. And when we click this button, we run this line, and when we click this button, we run this line. Now what's happening? I click the button, and that starts a timer going. The timer puts me into spectator, and if I can get up through this hole, it makes me spectate this armor stand. Let's have a look at that armor stand. So, summon armor stand at that position. Yeah, it's got a tag, rotation point, and it's got a rotation. The important thing really is this -90 on the rotation. That's the important thing. It's looking straight up in the air. So what's happening? I'm going to spectator. I'm spectating this, and basically I'm looking straight up. And I think now you know how the trick is done. And if I move my mouse left or right, the room rotates. So I'm teleported to the armor stand. While I'm spectating the armor stand, then I rotate the armor stand for a certain amount of time, and then once that time is up, I put myself back into survival, and I teleport myself, so I'm standing here. And the opposite is the same. I click on this, it puts me into spectator, I go back, I spectate the armor stand in there, we turn around, and then it puts me back up here. Okay, so that's how the trick is done. Let's have a look at the commands that are doing it. Right. So first thing, we just add 1 to the timer. Pretty self-explanatory. Next thing, home. If the score for the room timer matches 1, okay, pretty much all the commands are going to start with that, or start with matches a number, then we put the player, and I'm just using @p for now, you might want to use a better selector, we put them into spectator. And then, so we've got the same at the beginning again. I won't keep showing you the beginning bit. If the room timer matches 1, then we spectate that armor stand. If the room timer equals, I think that's probably, let's have a look at the time, equals 21 to 140, then we execute as the armor stand, and we just slowly teleport it around. And then if it matches 160, we put ourselves back into creative. You'd probably want to use survival or adventure mode. And if it equals 160, we teleport the player to the other room. If it equals 160, we stop this timer. And here I've got the sounds. So if it equals 21, we play a sound, we play the block grindstone. I'm just playing it at the command block. You might want to play it actually where the player is. And these are all the same. So if the timer matches 51, play the sound. So we're playing the sound at 21, we're playing it at 51, we're playing it at 81, and we're playing it again at 111. And then when we know the whole thing's finished, 160, we reset the room timer. Okay, so this one's pretty much doing exactly the same thing, but we teleport there instead. And probably most importantly, is we've got a minus on the rotation. So if it equals 21 to 140, we're doing a minus on the rotation. So it turns back the other way. And that's basically the only difference. Where the destination is and which way you turn. Okay, I thought this was quite a fun little trick. Because at first you kind of think, well, how does that work? You can't rotate a room like that. And then as soon as you realise that I'm actually facing up in the air, the whole thing becomes pretty obvious. Let's do it again just for fun. So now I'm at the armor stand, I'm looking up, the armor stand is rotating, finishes rotating, and I get teleported to the other room. If I want to go back, press it again. The armor stand is rotating the other way. And when it finishes, I will get teleported back to the original room. So you can see there's obviously some problems. For instance, if you had this would be a good problem. If you had a sign here that said hello or hello, obviously when you turn the room upside down, this is not going to be upside down. So you don't want to use any blocks that are going to give you away. We can use these. These are okay. In fact, you can use the blocks if they're hidden when the player is actually rotating. So you can't see any of these things, but they'd be all right anyway. Cool. So that's it. Just a quick little one. I thought this is such a fun idea that I would share it with you. I bet someone's going to come up with something pretty impressive. I do like it. It really does look like the room's rotating. Cool. Okay, if you do come up with something cool with that, let me know. I'd love to see what people make. So I think we've done everything. Yeah, we've got our make a timer, and then we've gone through that. As always, commands will be in the description, so you can look down there to double check all these commands if you want to. Let's have a look at the 3 different rooms. So basically we've got our start room, and we've got our destination room. Exactly the same, but you can see that obviously the wall is up the other way, and instead of coming out this way, we go out the other side. We go out that way, and then we've got the same room but recreated facing up, which lets us stand down in the middle and face up. In fact, I haven't even put the stairs in there, which you could do, but since you can't see them when you're turning, it didn't matter. But you could if you wanted. There we go. So you could actually have the stairs in here. They would work. There we go. Cool. Okay. Well, I hope you found that interesting. And where am I? There I am. I will catch you in the next video. Have a nice day. See you soon. Bye bye.